no public comments.
Okay, welcome everybody. No public comment. That moves up to the consent agenda. Consists of the minutes from the previous meeting, the appropriations, and lake cabin transfer of A7. Anybody have any questions or discussion?
I'd make a motion that we accept the minutes and everything is read.
Okay,
Second.
got a motion and a second to accept the consent agenda as outlined in the packet. All those in favor, raise your right hand.
You're the right
Got me.
guy.
Vote 4-0. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Moves us to old business. We don't have anything listed in old business. So it takes us to new business. Police and Fire Committee recommendation for new fire equipment. Nick?
Yep, and so if you remember, last year we bought some equipment, we bought half of it last year, last year's budget, we said at the beginning of the year we'd buy the second half. I can't tell you what all this stuff is, but Brian's here. If you guys have questions about what all this stuff means. But the cost of buying the equipment's $19,703.10. And that would come out of equipment reserve.
Looks like it was new firefighter costumes.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, we had some that were wore out, outdated, just a conglomeration of different brands and things like that. So,
So there's most of the structural gear that's gonna expire in about 2 years per the NFPA 1500 standard.
Uh-huh.
So we start this year and then finish, and then get some more next year, then we'll be pretty much right up to standard.
How long does that last?
7 years.
7 years, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions for Brian or?
if you want to know what this stuff means in the writing, he can tell you all that. So,
Is there an inspection process with that too? Do you guys internally do that as someone come in?
You know, just internally we do it. You do it physically and then periodically take it across the street to the laundromat and use the extractor to actually extract the carcinogens out of it.
Okay.
So, and then we can actually decon on scene, like we had that big house fire down by the cafe. It's just decon everybody on scene. The nice part about that is some of the used gear that will be good for another 2 years, we could use as reserve gear if somebody actually gets doused in diesel fluid or hydraulic fluid or something like that, especially during an extrication or a car accident.
Yeah.
yeah, they've set up now where they have records of every uniform, the size, the year, the date, everything like that on it, so they know when they go out. So we started working on it, and then we had a changeover, and then Jesse and Brian and all took over, and they went through and basically cataloged every piece of equipment item that was in the firehouse.
Great.
So we have all that on record, so we can account for everything now.
Good.
So.
And also know whether it's still usable and.
Right, yeah,
It's
it's gonna
out.
be out of date or doesn't comply with the regulations, so.
Anybody else?
I move we approve the proposed purchase for the fire service.
All right, we've got a motion to approve the fire equipment listed in the packet.
I'll second that.
All right, seconded. Got a motion and a second for approving the fire equipment as listed in the packet. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, 4-0, pass.
Thank you.
Yep.
Greatly appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
Then have him tell you what he's doing after this meeting tomorrow. He's going to Florida for a month. So you're going to Florida for a month.
Not technically a month, but
29 and a half days.
Next item is police and fire recommendation for Victor Massey, Class A officer.
Yep. You want to read that, Keith, or you want me to? It's on page 32.
Yeah. Police and Fire Committee recommend promoting Victor Massey from Class B officer to Class A officer at a pay rate of $18.32 an hour. Officer Massey has successfully completed his 6-month probationary period and has proven to be very proactive and develop relationships with the public. And there's also a letter from Sean. Officer Victor Massey began his full-time employment for the Council Grove Police Department on July 21st, 2021. Officer Massey attended the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center and graduated in November of 2021. Since Officer Massey has been back from the academy, he has proven to be an extremely proactive police officer. He has conducted numerous traffic stops on a regular basis and has made multiple arrests since that time. In addition to that, he has made part of his routine to stop into the hospital, nursing home, and the Council Grove Junior Senior High School to check on employees and students, and in that process has built a rapport with the citizens. I therefore request that Officer Victor Massey be promoted to a Class A officer at a starting pay of $18.32. Signed, Sean Wangren, Chief, Council Grove Police Department.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second to approve Victor Massey to a Class A officer. Is there any discussion?
Just that that's an excellent recommendation from the
Chief.
Yeah,
And,
very
It
good.
is. And also,
Good
he
job.
does do a good job. He's comes and speaks with us about issues in front of our building quite often.
Good deal. It's good to hear. We're very fortunate. Okay, we'll take a vote. All those in favor? Right hand. No opposed, 4-0, passed. Takes us to the next item on the agenda is a request for water service by Linda Burke. I think Nick has some history on that.
Yeah, she came in and she talked to Derek at first. And Derek said she needed to do a request. He thought there was a formal form, there's not. Basically, what we've done in the past is somebody would just make a written request to the council to get water service that's out in the county, and part of that is the ordinance says you have to be annexed into the city, and she has agreed to that in writing. So then I'll work with the county to get all that figured out on their end.
Is that on the Dunlap Road where it goes out around there? Where's-
No, this is up Old Highway, what is that, 56?
Yeah, old 56 up
She's the one out, yeah, up there.
No, this is the
Hotel.
one on South
No.
Chautauqua,
Is it?
isn't it, where she's
Yeah.
building a
Is-
house.
Oh, it's the Shop Talk one, okay.
Yeah.
She has that up there too.
I
so I'm gonna-
assume,
Yeah,
Yeah.
000 McPherson.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be here now.
that must be a,
Yeah, she owns 3 or 4 properties right through there,
Mhm.
so.
So which one are we dealing with next?
000 McPherson.
Okay.
which is on South Chautauqua.
Yeah. So here, to whom it may concern, I respectfully request the consideration of water hookup for the property at 000 McPherson, which is adjacent to the city limits, property line and zoned county. I understand that I understand for this request to be approved, I will agree to be annexed into the city of Council Grove when and if the council should decide to do so. I do agree to this provision.
Okay.
So, and I called the county to see what paperwork, and I haven't heard back. They had commission meetings today, so once I get all that figured out, we'll get it handled if you guys approve it.
Okay. Any discussion? Any questions?
So is
There's
it-
a cost involved in that.
Yeah, for her to get it put in, yes.
She'll pay for the.
She'll pay for it like anybody
Water
else.
line.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep, she'll pay for her hookup and everything like that. And Derek's talked to her about that stuff, that she would be responsible, so she is aware of
You
that.
guys giving her an estimate and everything?
Derek
What
has,
that was
so
about,
he's
yeah.
given, there's 2 different estimates. She has an existing service there that they may be able to utilize instead of tapping the main again.
Okay,
So they're gonna look at trying to utilize that first, and if that doesn't work, then they'll do another estimate for her, but she's aware.
I looked at a place down there one time.
We need a motion on that, Nick? and-
Yep.
Okay,
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
okay. Got a motion and a second to approve a request for water service for Linda Bird at 000 McPherson. All those in favor, raise your right hand. No opposed, 4-0. Okay, at this time, I look for, would entertain a motion to go into executive session in the city lake.
I'll make the motion that we go into executive session for 30 minutes to discuss the city lake and inviting the council, city attorney, and the city manager.
Okay, got a motion to go into executive session for 30 minutes, attorney-client privilege on the city lake, including all the council,
Sorry.
city attorney, and Nick as city administrator.
Second that.
Sharon, second. All those in favor? 4-0, pass. All right, we're back in regular session. Looks like we are ready for governing body comments, and we'll start with Sharon.
I don't have anything, just everybody stay healthy, it sounds like,
Okay,
as best you can.
Sean?
Other than I'm pleased to see we upgraded Officer Massey and glad we got ahead of our fire and equipment stuff. That's a good deal for the community as a whole. That's about all I would have. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Nothing tonight.
I don't have anything.
Bill? No, sir. Thank you, though.
Nick, you got some tidbits for us?
I do. 4th of July is on a Monday. I'm proposing that we do 4th of July on a Sunday evening, not a Monday, because everybody has to go to work on a Tuesday. So I don't know what you guys think about that.
How will that affect Wilsey and White City?
We voted last time not to worry about that. So, because if we're gonna have it on a Monday night, you're not gonna get everybody's gonna go to work next day. We've normally, in the past, if it was during a weekday, we did it on the weekend, I believe, is the way it's been done. So,
If we get that information out there right now, I would think they could reschedule the same way we are, I guess.
I think White City's always on a Saturday night, isn't it?
Is it?
yeah.
I think so.
I think we had an issue last time. Last time we had an issue, 4th of July was on a Saturday.
Yeah, and then,
And we did ours on a Saturday because it was 4th of July. And, you know, we had, I don't know, there was a gentleman's agreement that I didn't know anything about before I got here that they would not do that, but the council voted to go ahead and do it on 4th of July, which was on the weekend. But this year it's on a Monday.
any other thoughts? What do you guys think?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I just think it makes it easier on everybody. You're gonna have a band and you're gonna have all that stuff going on, and then it's gonna be 11, 12 o'clock at night.
People will have more fun knowing they don't have to work the next day.
Well, they don't have to worry about
Yeah,
what they do that day,
definitely improve attendance.
so.
Do you need a motion on that?
Yeah,
I would
we can't-
say probably wouldn't hurt, would it?
Yeah, I'd make a motion that we have fireworks on July 3rd of 2022, which is a Sunday night this year.
Okay, we got a motion to have the 4th of July celebration on a Sunday evening, which would be the 3rd for this year only. Do I have a second?
Second that.
Sean? Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. 4-0. Thank you.
Now you guys got me second guessing myself on the dates. No, I'm right, so.
That's a good plan.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, I will entertain a motion to adjourn then.
So,
Sharon?
Yes, somebody said.
Jason?
There's
I saw your hand
involved
first.
now.
All those in favor?
Oh, it is Taco Tuesday, isn't it?